Hello, this is MrIronBill of Too Old to Grind once again with a video on how to easily complete a segment of a weapon quest. In today's quest, it's the Braytech RWP Mk II, which is in the second stage this week of a time-gated weapons quest. This will lead towards the Polaris Lance Exotic Scout Rifle, seen in the trailers for Anna Bray. Now, Rajinka and I are doing the heroic adventure here that is the next to the last step of this quest. We are fighting a series of Cabal. There are 3 yellow bar scions that have to be defeated, and we're fighting in and around this crystal. The modifier, the important one, is momentum, and you'll notice as my health goes down that I occasionally have to sprint away from the fight and back in order to regen health. The weapon I'm carrying here is the Anna Bray Scout Rifle, Energy Scout Rifle. I don't recall the name off the top of my head. It's very reminiscent of the Hung Jury, but it's a lightweight. Very enjoyable to use. I really did like that one. Okay, now you notice the next step says we have to find a cache in the Madim subterrane, and you'll go down here to Glacial Drift and make your way to the right and up the side of the cliff towards the Lost Sector. For whatever reason, Rajinka always spawns in ahead of me, and he doesn't need a head start. You'll have to play with him sometime if you want to understand what I'm talking about. So anyway, you enter here and make your way towards the Lost Sector boss. And it's a narrow winding path, but if you've played enough to have this quest, you've been here before. This doesn't show up on the map though, and this DLC is new enough that it may be confusing. Now Rajinka tries for a jump here that he hadn't a chance of making. And I knew that when I saw him jump. That's why I hung around and waited for the revive. Ads here are not difficult at all to clear, as you see. There are no modifiers in this area as well. This is essentially open world. And we drop the ads. Nothing too tough here. Once again, I'm playing my Warlock. Pretty much the same setup. I have a raid setup on it right now. I did raid earlier this evening. I set my mobility to 0. And resilience to 6, recovery to 9, and that seems to play pretty well for PvE. Playing people like Dan Man or Rajinka, they're going to run away from you, of course, but this is a survivable setup if you're concerned about durability, which is what I tend to try to do with my characters in PvE scenarios. It won't matter that much in the lower difficulty content, but later on when things start hitting harder, that extra hit or two that you can take does make a difference. And what I'm doing now is I'm searching for signs of the cache that we have to unlock here. Now if you haven't searched for these yet, they will play music if you have music turned on your system. So while you're doing this part, you do want to have music turned up. You'll notice my screen is starting to turn a kind of a fuzzy green in the center. That means we're getting close. And if you look right there in that red glow, you have an open cache. And when you pull it, you'll see that you get the next step in your quest. In this case, you'll return to Anna Bray, although you won't speak to her at first. There'll be a computer console to the left as you reach the floor she is standing on. And you just hop right up here. Go to the center computer against the wall. Upload. And you get an item to take to Anna Bray. And when you speak to her, you can claim your prize. Now this is a high impact, slow rate of fire scout rifle. I like it. The sight in many ways reminds me of the Vex in an odd way. This is Iron Bill for Too Old to Grind. Thank you very much.